Yo, my comment section been lit. Yo, y'all have been pouring your hearts out in my comment section about good old Kata. You know what's crazy? Kendrick don't care nothing about y'all. That's what's crazy. You understand? So anyway, so I wanted to show that, and also wanted to show this statement from the NFL. So this shit says the NFL immediately sent a letter of apology to Lil Wayne after announcing last year that Kendrick Lamar had been chosen to perform the Super Bowl halftime show, which is fucking crazy. That's so fucking stupid. Lil Wayne has denied the chance to head. I'm sorry, Lil Wayne was denied the chance to headline this year's halftime show in New Orleans, a move which sparked outrage given a famous association with the Big Easy, where he was born and raised. And to add to the controversy, Kendrick's performance at the Superdome was heavily criticized by viewers who were left underwhelmed on Sunday nights. Okay, yo, somebody wrote, the dude who posted this shit said, hold up, LOL. The NFL issued an apology over the halftime show. Fam, that shit is getting such a bad reception that they had to apologize. But you still got people online trying to boast this shit right here. Pardon me. Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show has broken the record for most watched halftime in history, with a reported 133.5 million. The most watched halftime show ever, up to 3% versus last year. So this is one of the situations where, oh my bad, I'm not even showing shit, my bad. Oh, but you heard me though. You heard what I said. Like, you got it, right? But no, this is one of those situations where people are saying something, but if you don't comprehend, you don't really get what they're saying. The most view doesn't mean anything. People were watching the Super Bowl anyway. All right, it's not, you know what I'm saying? The people who are watching the show were already watching the show. They weren't saying, I don't give a damn about the damn Super Bowl. I'm here to see Kata. I want to hear my message. Where's my message for today? Because I definitely need this kid from Compton to put me on game. I need this weirdo. You know what I'm saying? Well, first of all, y'all don't ask yourselves, what do Kendrick do all day? What does he do? Because he don't be writing raps. That nigga came out, yo, his first raps going at Drake, that nigga sound rusty. He sound like he ain't been rapping. I'm dead ass. I'm a rapper. I know when niggas ain't been rapping. You can tell that nigga has not been rapping. He wasn't ready to rap until Not Like Us. That's when because he had to shake the rust off. You can tell that nigga has not been rapping. He don't want to rap no more. He trying to tell you he's not inspired to rap no more. That's why nigga, anyone who's sitting on heat, they're not waiting 5 years to put an album out. 2017 and 2022 with a 5-year gap for Mr. Morale. Like, nigga, what? No features, not damn near nothing. I think he did the Black Panther shit. I forget. I guess there was other features between them. I don't know. I think he was on Sir's album. Like, nigga was like not active at all for like 4 years. This shit is crazy. But anywho, I had one more thing I wanted to share before I go on the walk, but yeah, man, poor Jason Woodlock. He didn't deserve that. Okay, but I want to play this video from Wayno. I think this is Wayno. Yeah, Wayno, and he made a good point. And this is a response to Ebro's tweet about Drake and
put this whole sickness in Ebro is might also with this whole rip his soul from the bottom. What do you know about this nigga personally?
Fair use.
What do you know about him personally?
Mm-hmm.
I know it's public. Yeah, we know the public shit. But what do you know about this nigga personally where you feel like he got to go see a shaman and bare his soul? Like, what are we talking about, bro? Like, what the fuck is we talking about nowadays? What is going on? What's going on? Is this shit rap and entertainment, or are we about personal development and all of that? Now, there's a tweet that Ebro put up, and he says, The inability to admit excessive materialism, excessive partying in women, and not evolving from your 25/30-year-old self is a sickness. Bro, that's what hip hop is. Hip hop is always like now, like what I don't like about hip hop is that we got too many fucking crossing guards and hallway monitors. It's way too many.
Fair use.
Hip hop has always been this place that people would love to say expression.
Before you continue, I'm gonna say one thing about what Ebro made a point where he said that in so many words, Drake needs to go on a spiritual journey. He needs to be how Kendrick is, and he needs to be more of a tortured soul, like how basically because part of Kendrick's persona, in terms of how he raps in his music, is that he's basically nuts. And I agree. I think you are nuts, Kendrick. I think you are a nut. Pause. And I do believe it. I think you are. I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy too. So you definitely got my vote on that, right? And Ebro's trying to make a case for why Drake is a bad dude. And what everyone, I don't know why, but after the shit with the Super Bowl, right? Everyone kind of just grew a pair of nuts to say, you know what, enough. This is going too far. Enough. Y'all are all wild. And the narrative is starting to change from pretty much, because what started happening was that money ran out. Once the money ran out for the payola, less bloggers were going really hard about the song. You know what I'm saying? So they did payola one way or the other, but the blogs, you didn't have to pay the blogs. You just allowed them to play the song during their video. You know what I mean? So that they can go ahead and make their bag off the song. They can react to the song live, right? And say positive things about it. And that's great promotion. Media really helped us. The same thing happened with this beef. Media helped to sway this shit. Because if you can get all these voices to say shit at the same time, because I'm like, yo, y'all think it was kind of weird? Like, y'all think it's a little weird that to have every media voice? It's one thing if Drake was whack at rapping, nigga just had no. I mean, again, I rap. I know what bars are. Like, nah, Drake is one of the greatest to ever fucking rap. I'm sorry. I'm not like y'all don't like that shit because he's not. Because the thing, like, you know what it is, like, you resent winners. Y'all hate winners. Y'all always hate on people that's winning. You know what I'm saying? And I guess it's human nature. You understand? But at some point, Ebro talks about Drake should do, I think it's Inuyasha. You know what I'm saying? It's one of it's like a psychedelic journey. It's like a psychedelic you take, and you go on, and like there's like a guide with you, supposed to kind of take you on a bit of a journey, some shit like that, right? And it's like, why would Drake have to do anything that Kendrick does or say? Why would he have to listen to him? Also, by what metric is he not moving on? First of all, a man's main purpose is to create value. He is continuing to create value. He is elevating his career. He's setting records. He's put on countless people and fed countless families since he's been put on. What the fuck are you talking about?
Expression. You know how many girls I grew up with that know the song Ain't No Fun If the Homies Can't Have None? And if the song comes on right now and we in a public function, people is going to dance and they're going to have a good time and they're going to sing a song about a man telling a chick, this ain't going to work out if none of my homies can't get none of this. And all the girls I grew up with, they love the song. You want to know why? Because it was just a song. It was just entertainment. It's just music. Now, there are people who their path in music is a different path. And we respect that and we love that. Facts. You ain't going to dispute that. We respect that shit and we love it. But everybody is not on the same path. And I think that like the problem that everybody has with Drake, including myself, is we always wanted him to be what we wanted him to be. I think like you look at entertainers and you know, they say that comparison is the thief of joy. But you're gonna get compared to anybody. You if you do something at a certain type of level and people enjoy it, they're gonna compare you to whomever they think is great or good at that craft or whatever it is. Michael Jordan and LeBron James and Kobe Bryant. I mean, Kobe literally, and Kobe, my favorite player, literally mimicked Michael Jordan, you know, and LeBron James. And LeBron James been doing it for the longest that he's possibly been, but he'll never have the 6 for 6. So that does diminish how people look at him, right? I think when it comes to Drake, people looked at his skill set, his ability, and said, oh, nah, this nigga could possibly, if he really wanted to, he could make something better than Blueprint. And that's like the bar in a lot of people's minds. And I'm talking about back in 2010, 2011, 2010. Excluding oh, man, if he could just stop singing. Oh, man, if he could just stop. And don't get me wrong, while we all have our own personal feelings and wants from our favorite artists, these niggas still got to go be who they want to be, regardless to what anybody feels. They want to satisfy their fans. They want to satisfy the.
But yeah, I'm gonna stop it right there, man. I think we're gonna take a little break. We'll come back, man. But I think what you said was very profound, and it speaks to black men do not respect black men. Black women do not respect black men. We make it this culture that where it's like a cycle of disrespect. You know what I'm saying? So it's like for the most part, the position that Kendrick gets to be in is a rare position where it's like, all right, well, it doesn't matter what you've done for me. Now again, he's addressing someone who's done great things for him. And yep, a lot of y'all wouldn't know who he is. Not enough to make him rich if it wasn't for Drake. So on that regard, because for the most part, what people try to do to give Kendrick the edge in this battle was try to make it about morals. A lot of people try to actually really buy into the Mr. Morale. What's wrong with y'all? You don't know that man. And it's okay that you don't know him. That's his image. That's why I showed that first video about him saying these fans can break down to 16 for me better than I can, or they're reading something totally different into it than I actually put into it. Basically, meaning that basically they'll do the work for you. That's not being nice if the person is doing the work for me. But I'll also point out that can be a positive thing. It doesn't have to be a negative thing. That's okay when that's within the confines of I'm just a K-Dot fan and I enjoy his raps. It's something totally different when we're deciding who's the better rapper, because it's not being about the better rapper. Y'all just started because you never heard Kendrick in that format calling him a battle rapper, a better battle rapper. What? Yo, Drake got mad diss tracks, nigga. Drake they answered everyone that mattered and won at everyone who mattered, and he ain't backed down for nobody. He went for everything. The only phase he ain't finished was the ones he was told not to. And I hated how the Pusha T thing went, because it was like an unnecessary, like it wasn't really a win. It was like that wasn't a good song. Story added on. It's not a good track. It's not. That's not good music. And the biggest part of the track is you talking about his son. Basically, in so many words, you doxed him and put it out there that he had a son that other people don't know about. Drake is not a married, and people talked about it as if Drake is married with a whole family and he had a secret kid. He just didn't tell y'all that he had this child, and the baby wasn't but a year or two old. I think Adonis was like 2 years old at that time. You know what I'm saying? And I remember back then, it was like, you want him to lose, or it's like you want this to be, you know what I mean? And I remember being so confused listening to the Pusha T be interviewed on the Joe Budden podcast. I didn't realize, this is a relationship thing, because by that time, the Joe Budden podcast had become too much of a platform not to be used for interviews. Then they started doing interviews, so naturally they're not going to come to the. You know what I'm saying? Like, and not only that, I never thought like, them niggas probably getting a kickback or something. Because everyone on the Joe Budden show, they're all big Drake fans. Despite Drake and Joe's beefs and shit like that, they're all big Drake fans. All right. And naturally, whenever it comes to a feud with one of your favorite artists, you go with it. You know what I'm saying? The nigga that's more lit. But anywho, but he also touched on something I thought was really important about he wasn't who we wanted him to be. And I wanted to explore that a little bit. I think that black men need to really explore who they are. The only way that's going to happen is through you developing, basically going on your spiritual journey, you know what I'm saying, and developing your faith, no matter what that is. And you finding your place in the world in terms of what you want to accomplish, and what your 5, 10-year, 20-year plan is. You know what I mean? And also finding out what makes you happy. Because Angry Man, I always go back to this point that he made about it's a good thing, it's a beautiful thing that Drake wasn't raised by a black mother, because y'all would have never got all this good music, because he wouldn't have felt or had the confidence to express himself. You know what I'm saying? And Angry Man went on to go on to talk about his experience living with his cousin and watching how his mother interacted with his cousin. His mother had a white mother. He was biracial. You know what I'm saying? And the guy's super successful. And what he was saying was, and I've been saying this for a little bit, about how having positive reinforcement it's one thing. Yeah, you can be held accountable. You don't have to put someone down to hold them accountable, or you don't have to ish on someone to hold them accountable. You know what I'm saying? And we have this thing in the black community where we always have this thing about keeping it real. And what keeping it real really means is for the most part, how can I say? Because again, black people struggle with authenticity because we don't have an identity. So we don't really know who we are. We don't know where we stand on things. You know what I'm saying? We struggle with that. You know what I'm saying? And so we do this thing that when it comes to these kind of conversations, that's why it was so easy for us to get pulled into Not Like Us. That everything about Not Like Us makes no damn sense. First of all, Kendrick gets paid by people who not like us. His whole lifestyle is funded by people who are not like us. The ticket sales are from, and we're gonna get some ticket sales when I come back. Those ticket sales are not ticket selling. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, overall, I guess what I want to say is it's important for black men to develop their own identity about who they are, what's important to us, and where we're going, right? And also understanding that it is your birthright. This world is yours, and it is your birthright to lead your household and have an intentional effect on your immediate environment. Okay, it is not your job to be a bystander. It's not your job to be subservient to your woman or basically be placed in the same role or along the same lines as the children in the family. All right, there's this thing that goes on where black men have to belittle each other, and black men have to experience being belittled by the women in the community to the point where they think that's funny. They think that's a playful interaction to talk to you like you a little nigga. That's another thing. So go try to bring everything back to the so what, and basically you just a nigga. Because that's what Kendrick was saying. That was Kendrick's whole point. So what you put me on? So what you helped me start my career? I don't care. You know what I mean? So what you didn't start with me? I'm gonna rap like you started with me, and people will be in my comment section saying Drake started this and now he's got a deal with people acting like people treat this shit like Drake was picking at Kendrick, or Drake was stalking Kendrick and popping up wherever he is. Kendrick be out with his family at Red Lobster eating biscuits and drinking, or he's across the way. And I'm saying the kids is going to school. The kids are saying, Dad, we see Mr. Graham at the park. And it's like, oh my God, this guy, he's trying to hurt me and my family. So I got to go ahead and make these diss tracks to stop him. That's how y'all are acting. And I was, y'all really think y'all in a movie? Y'all talk about that performance like it's a movie and it didn't actually happen. That's not what a halftime show is. Black people love the idea too of going somewhere and not doing a good job and still getting paid for it, or just getting away with shit. That's a narcissistic behavior. It's doing shit for the sake of seeing if you get away with it and pushing boundaries. Whatever. I'm going on break. I might not even come back. Going on. All right, y'all, we are back. How y'all doing? Let's bring the energy up. Man. Right. Okay. Make sure you clap it up for yourselves, man. So, and more K Dot and Drake news. Let's go ahead and check out what the facts actually are. So, as of right now, these are the ticket sales for these three venues. I believe Toronto, Houston, LA, and Minnesota. So, Kev Tuwalk says, "What happened to all those? It will sell out once the Super Bowl happens. It's been a day, Crody. All that hype don't feel the same like last year, huh? Your boy didn't stick that landing at all. I'm sorry. Your boy didn't stick the landing at all, huh? Should have saved the message, quote unquote, message for his actual tour with his fans, not a universal platform. Pun very much intended." Ooh, he said not a universal platform. Ooh, that nigga talking. The last 3 days watching Kenny fans defend their Lord and Savior. I just said that. I just said y'all niggas think that Kendrick Lamar is Jesus. That's the only thing that explains how y'all be acting. You really in your mind think that he's, you know what? He think he's Jesus. That makes sense too. Anyway, last 3 days of watching Kenny fans defend the Lord and Savior has been giving me life. They don't know how to handle criticism at all. They could never. Last 15 years at the top, Kenny got the high in the number 2 spot for so long, got a taste of the top spot and crumbled. 5 Grammys and then getting dragged the week after for all the hard work. I'm telling you, he cried over whacked out murals and people not congratulating him for getting the halftime show. What do you think he's doing now? He needs some milk. He definitely been crying in that GNX car. So, what Kendrick is experiencing right now is that he didn't get hot the right way. Whenever you go about getting stuff and you don't do it the right way, right? So the traditional path is that it's supposed to be difficult for artists to get back hot. One of the easiest ways to get back hot is to do something controversial or get yourself caught up in a beef. And 50 Cent showed us time and time again, the best way to stay in the public eye is that whenever you get an opportunity to wild out on your enemies, especially with social media, 50 Cent spends a lot of time wilding his enemies up on social media. And it's kept them culturally relevant. We are his name. He got us talking about it. You understand? Right? That's not the most positive thing. And to a certain degree, 50 make other people imitate pretty much that marketing plan. And what happened is, listen, 50 Cent is very smart, but you can't do 2 things at one time. So the focus, he's a part of why the focus went away from rapping and rapping well and making good songs, because 50, for whatever reason, decided that he wasn't going to be a pin nigga, and he took it to the extreme of, I'm going to be as simple as possible, right? And what happened was with him was that he just got to a point where his art, the artistic side of it, I think 50 Cent is still a great talent and an awesome rapper. But it was like one of the best ways I've heard a lot of rappers' journeys is what I heard Daylight say when he was talking about Geechee Gotti. He said Geechee got to a point where he was like, yo, I can rap this good while I'm at this level, and just said, yo, I'm good here. Meaning that he didn't see a reason to switch anything up, do anything different, you know what I'm saying, innovate in any kind of way. And I guess to a certain degree, we kind of just let it rock. And we let a lot of artists do that, right? And that's what happened with 50. 50, I mean, because again, he focused so much on marketing, so much on pretty much kind of giving you a storyline, giving you like doing character building with you. Like when he talks about his reasons for beefing with people, that's his character building. And I think to a certain degree, that's another thing that's missing with artists of today is that y'all don't do much character building and you don't really give me an idea of what your character is or who this character is. You know what I'm saying? And I think social media kind of makes it to where like you can showcase that or not showcase that, but that's besides the point. What we find out is that, so Kev Walks talks about him hot in the number 2 spot because Kendrick was never necessarily the number 1 rapper. People more so had adoration for Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick was never the one who could carry the whole industry on his back. Kendrick, for the most part, his position was to be the anti-Drake in a way, where he does something similar but very, very different. Stand for 2 different things. He was more so, I feel like, compared to Drake because of his level of ability and effort. combined with we have to have one person who's like flashy and a little more surface level, and then someone who's more introspective. You know what I mean? Someone's kind of the opposite, but really two sides of the same coin. You know what I'm saying? Like Jay-Z and Nas. So we needed someone to be in that spot, but then we got J. Cole, and now it went from being the 2 to the 3, which makes the relationship very complicated because J. Cole's style sits like almost right in the middle. A little more towards Kendrick, but right in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Where he's someone who is extremely unorthodox in terms of rapping about what other people rap about. You know what I'm saying? And he kind of can just give you a song just based off just rapping ability. You don't need a bunch of lifestyle from J. Cole, or you don't need street stories from J. Cole. You don't need drug talk from J. Cole. He's going to rap well enough. But even then, the thing about J. Cole and Kendrick is, and I'm going to keep saying, is that, and it's cool. If you're cool with music that you have to like, where you get to meet the person more than halfway, or you have fine reasons to like it, then I'm not mad at that. For people that I like, I will give shit a chance, and I'll let it grow on me. You know what I mean? Pause. But I'm not going to hear things that the nigga didn't say. I'm not going to say, I think he did it because of this. Somebody just wrote in my comment section that they think that they didn't do the hits because they wouldn't let him do the hits. It was some stupid shit. It was basically like them creating a conspiracy theory around a living person that you know, something that we all saw. We all saw it. There was no conspiracy theory. Conspiracy theories are so 2009. The fact of the matter is, nigga, you ain't sold these shows out yet, and y'all saying that because the argument that we ain't gonna say fans, the Kendrick Lamar meat riders, because we're all Kendrick Lamar fans, all right? And you're all Drake fans, stop playing. Stop it. Relax. You're all Drake fans. I'm gonna sip my seltzer. You know what?
Goodness, you've had your surgery.
We're good to go.
Get up and get out of them relationships.
Because I always respected your hairline on television.
Casanat. Shout out to the boy Casanat, man. Casanat is out here dropping truth bombs. Let's check out what Kai had to say about the performance. He said that he was there. Let's check it out.
Kendrick Lamar came out. Word to my mother. If anybody was there, y'all knew it was. Y'all knew it. Y'all felt it. Crowd was making no noise. This is me being honest. I was there. The loudest times that they made, the loudest time that the crowds did was, I think, him being shown for the first time, SZA, Samuel Jackson being shown for the first time, and then They Not Like Us.
I'm probably a better masseuse. Really don't bother nobody what they running by me. If I got to clear out the room, you would not get the pit.
Okay. Oh my God. They add sound effects to the NFL shit. Oh my fucking God. All right. So right here, there was no sound. I just heard crowd sounds. All my life right here, there was no sounds. Fuck. They add crowd effects. I did not know that.
Ooh, I didn't like that one.
Kendrick Lamar came out. Word to my mother. If anybody was there, y'all knew it was. Y'all knew it. Y'all felt it. Crowd was making no noise.
And you know, black people really don't be realizing, you are a minority. Okay. There are other people, because again, a part of why I guess, I mean when Candace Owens first came on the scene, I didn't know much about her. I just know she was saying we shouldn't be Democrat, and I'm like, what do you mean you should be Democrat? And as I've been on my journey, basically trying to find myself and my idea of where I stand on things and what I think about things and whatnot. Of course, I don't really necessarily affiliate with any political party right now, but I know for sure it's like, there's so many different behaviors that come with being liberal. And one of them is just not making room for the possibility of being wrong. You know what I'm saying? And also you get to where you live in a bubble. You really feel like, for one, there's these agreed upon ideas that's kind of based on victimhood. You know what I'm saying? It's always this we're all united on a united front, basically, in so many words, against white men, and that's the primary evil that needs to be conquered in this world, and nothing else. But the reality is that people are a part of the world, right? Life has always been impossible. The way that we actually approach changing the world is by working together in an effective way that actually works. Okay, that's nasty word that y'all was adding tracks onto this performance. And again, the overall point is just that number one is not Kendrick's spot. He's not the hit maker. He's not who you come to for this particular thing. He do his own thing. People have always liked Kendrick Lamar. It's always been cool to like Kendrick Lamar for the most part. White people are not listening to those entire albums, or they don't know them entire albums word for word. Okay, the casual listener, they all not listening to Kendrick like that, man. Okay, it's even to the point where, again, like I was saying yesterday, you guys to keep changing the rules. And again, what we've seen black folks do the most during this whole thing is show how much you change the rules, whatever rule they were. You'll make up new rules and change the rules according to how you feel about someone that day. And you're not guided by right from wrong. That's why none of you felt bad about or felt weird about, this is a song about it's supposed to be, if it's supposed to be true. According to y'all, it's the truest, it's the realest thing ever. I mean, the Drake is definitely out here diddling kids. He's a diddler, according to y'all, right? That's definitely going on. No cases, no dockets, no where are the witnesses and the victims? It's been plenty of time. It's been plenty of time for someone to come forward. What everyone talks about is him texting Millie Bobby Brown, or her saying that, we're friends and he texts me and stuff like that. I mean, honestly, that's like something that it seemed a little weird, but you know that he's not messing with this girl. It's not like it's not as if she don't have parents. And I'm just saying, like, what? So you're saying that Drake was screwing a little girl. What else? The thing with he pulled the girl on stage. When the camera is on you, fam, no one looks cool in front of the camera all the time. So the way that video goes, he's pulled the girl on stage. He doesn't know that the girl's 17. She says, "Oh, I'm 17." And he's like, 17? Now, mind you, this is when Drake is like 24. He's not like the age we are now. He's not 38 years old saying, "Oh my God." No, I mean, like, when you're 24 and a girl is 17, yes, that's underage, but you're not like an old man. Okay, you're still a very young man. 25 is still a very young man. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, he didn't grope her. He didn't grab her up and whatnot. He gave her a kiss on the cheek. People said that he was making out with this girl. Okay. And again, this is back in 2014. So this is a situation where, like, he at the high school staking out, eating licorice, leaning against the right Chevy. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I think we got like one more slide to show, man. What else we got, man? I think that might be it, man, for the show for today, man. We got anything else? All right. So, oh shit, man. The couple of hours, man, it's over.
Fucking heat again. Y'all keep on booming and bopping and beaming. All right?
Fact.
Let us have our shit over here on this side. Y'all stay over there with Dot and all them. And another fucking thing, when Drake dropped this fucking heat on Friday with P&D, y'all can keep boom, bop, bing, bop, boom. Y'all keep boom, bopping and beaming right the fuck over there. Y'all can squabble the fuck up. And
he's not exaggerating. Kendrick Lamar has a song where he's going beam, bop, boom. Like it's a few songs on the album when he's doing weird stuff like that.
And all that shit, right the fuck, don't come back on this side when Drake start dropping that fucking heat again. Y'all keep on booming and bopping and beaming. All right? Let us have our shit over here on this side. Y'all stay over there with Dot and all them. And another fucking thing.
Listen. Today, someone said that Kendrick Lamar fans are mad because they got to play Not Like Us on Valentine's Day. Listen, Y'all heard a snippet for that new that Party Next Door and Drake joint? Listen, it's over. It's over. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. You know, I'm confident that Trigger said, all right, hold on, nigga. Relax, nigga. Relax. Nigga, hold my beer. When Drake, first of all, when Drake do collab albums or do collabs in general, you know, especially with the people that he bought on, that he got chemistry with like that, pause. I heard that snippet, I was like, yo, that nigga said, like my love language ain't felt. See, even the lyrics on this shit, you know what I'm saying? He said, you said the things I do for you, I did for someone else, like my love language ain't felt. I said, see, that's that cloth talk. If you ain't never been able to trick on your girl, you wouldn't know about that. You know, I'm out of here, man. Yo, listen, that shit about to drop in a couple of hours, man. But let's talk about that real quick, man. So this is one of those things where what I want to say about this battle, and I think that this is the best way to kind of not say end it, but I'm not going to end. I'm sorry. The best way to explain it. Drake lost in the court of public opinion, and this is how powerful the court of public opinion can be. But what's about to start happening is you see it happening now. More people are waking up to realizing that because again, Kendrick Lamar has always used certain kinds of imagery to trigger the nigga in you. You know what I'm saying? On the cover of Mr. Morale, he got a white tee on, a fucking. Why do you have a crown of thorns? This nigga is always trying to tell you that, yo, I'm your savior. I'm Black Jesus. I know he's on the album, he's not your savior, but still. You still talk like you think you're doing savior talk. Preaching the savior talk. You know what I mean? So as the economy worsened and worsened and worsened, it's been starting to make people take life more serious and really think about, I'm trying to win. I can't waste no time. I can't waste no money. I'm trying to win. So the message or the vibe that comes with K-Dot's music, I remember hearing Angry Man say, how the stuff that K-Dot talks about he doesn't relate to anymore because he's like, yo, I'm not struggling no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing bad no more. So a lot of those songs, I don't relate to those songs. He started talking about how when things started getting better for him, he related more to Drake's music because it was more fitting for where he was at in life. You know what I'm saying? I always talk about the Chicago freestyle with Giveon, where Drake is kind of like describing what his life looks like now. You know what I mean? When he says, I go through underground garages. You go ahead and with your girl, and we'll know who's out there watching. You know what I'm saying? And kind of describing the way that he has to move on a regular basis and how this has all become normal to him. And his music has kind of always been about him becoming him describing rising to the top to y'all. That's what he's always been doing. I'm describing every single part that I feel about rising to the top and being on that top floor. And I want you to know how it feels to be up here and how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of has always been his story, right? And that's the vantage point that he always kind of raps from. But anywho, I want to bring it back again to like what people's position is, right? So in battle rap, there are only a few people who can translate from one league to another in terms of audience, in particular like a King of the Dot. So there are some people who are very good on certain leagues, let's say RBE, right? But there are very few people who are always who can come to URL and rock a URL stage. URL is a different crowd, it's a different standard. They have the best rappers and the best battle rappers in the world. And so a lot of people who debuted on Smack, and they just didn't translate well because it's just not their crowd and their way of rapping. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a universe. Like leagues are like universes where like, yo, you're the strongest in your universe. There's some people who are stars on certain platforms and leagues, and they go to URL and I don't know why, but they'll just bomb. You know what I mean? Also, it's the same thing with music. There's certain songs that sound good in your car, that sound good you listen to in your headphones. But if you was to play it in a stadium or perform it in a stadium, it's just not going to hit. But that doesn't mean it's not a good song. We just may not be that kind of artist. You know what I mean? And stadium songs have to have those big sounds. You know what I mean? And again, K-Dot, he wanted to. I don't know what he was thinking. I think on some level he wanted to. It was all about making. And from the beginning, it felt like he was making this performance about Drake. It was very clear that I got this because of Drake. This is all about Drake, and he dedicated the whole performance to Drake. He even had to check. Yo, you a corny ass nigga, bro. You got a lowercase a chain. Nasty work, King. All right, we got an hour and a half, man. I've been here long enough, man. Love y'all, man. Y'all be safe out there. Until next time, we out.